Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do one of those story time videos I've been seeing going around YouTube. I've been wanting to do one for a really long time, so today I'm going to do one. I had a few different topics that I wanted to do this on, and I think this would be the best one to do first. So I'm going to discuss, well, you can already tell by the title of the video, you're probably thinking like, what? I know, it's super interesting, and I wanted to share with you guys. So I went on a date with a couple, a polyamorous couple, a few dates to see if I was into polyamory. I was on this website called FetLife. It's for like fetish people. If you're into different kind of fetishes or an alternate fetish lifestyle, it's kind of like Facebook for fetish people. So you can find anything you're into, you'll find on there. So I made some friends with some people who are polyamorous, and it's something that I've thought of before. Like, is this something that I'd be interested in? Is this something that I could do? Yada yada yada. So I met this couple who was polyamorous, and they invited me out on a date. So it was my first experience with polyamory. Both were like courting me, both the female and the male, through the website. We would talk or whatever, and message and things like that. And so they invited me out on a date. So we met to go for sushi. And so I felt really weird at first. Like I don't know, it was weird. Like, I was at work, and they met me at my job, so they like drove up together because they lived together. And you know, imagine like when you meet someone to go on a date, and you meet them and they're like, oh my god, hey, it's so great to see you. Like that's how they were together, but they're a couple. So they met me at my job, and then I followed them to go to the sushi place, and we went to this really nice sushi restaurant. And the sushi restaurant that we went to, it had like little booths, and then a curtain that you can like close the booth, so you have like privacy. And then when they're ready to take your order, they knock on the outside of the booth, and then you can open the curtain, so you have privacy. I've never seen that before, but it was super cool. So the three of us went into the booth. He sat on one side, and then we sat together on the other side, like facing him. They both, like, I don't really date guys anyway, but when I did date guys, he was not the kind of guy that I normally date, but he was super nice, very older, very informative, and I think that's mostly what I was looking for out of this experience, was to be informed on the lifestyle and on polyamory and things like that. And he helped me to get the information that I was looking for. She was a lot younger. She's very pretty, but I don't really like femmes anyway, but she was super nice and very, very pretty. We went on the date. I am usually not shy, but I felt kind of shy because there was like two people, and they were talking about how like they were in love, and how their ex-girlfriend like kind of screwed them over, and how they're looking for a new girlfriend. Yeah, so it was just like a regular date, except you were dating like two people at the same time. I really don't know how to explain it. It was very different, but it was very interesting. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. They were both super nice. I was lucky enough to have two people who are super nice. It didn't make me feel awkward or uncomfortable at all. And I was able to ask them questions like about being polyamorous, like, you know, how does it work? Do you guys ever get jealous? Are you looking for like a lifetime partner, or are you looking for just like a temporary third party to add, just spice things up? You know what I mean? And like, how does being polyamorous work? And he described to me about how every polyamorous relationship is different. Everyone sets their own rules. Some people are polyamorous and have like, each person can have as many partners as they want, whereas others, like how they were, as they're a unit, and together they decide if someone gets added to the party. They don't just have like multiple partners each. And it was just very, very informative, very interesting, and they were super nice. And you know, they you know, said like how, I think the way they worded it was like their hearts are so big and they love so much, like that it's hard to limit their love to just one person. It was a concept that I thought was really, really interesting. And so after our first date, the guy paid for both of us because it was a date. And then when we were leaving, they invited me to go over their house. We went to their house. I went to their house, followed them to their house. That's the only part that was the most uncomfortable for me, was that they have already established like this loving relationship. To bring on a third party that's like brand new when you guys are like already in love, I feel like that's hard for the third person to kind of like include themselves or like be incorporated in that, or not to feel like left out at all. But I went to their house and stuff, and this is where I kind of felt like the disconnect happened, because I guess they know a lot of stuff about like weed and stuff, and they kept talking about like these different kind of like bongs and all this stuff, and I know nothing about that. I'm in the minor leagues for sure, minor, and I barely ever step on the field. So I didn't know much about that, and they were like, yeah, there's this and that, and you can smoke this and that, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I, at that time, I realized like that was something that was of high importance in their lifestyle, and that it's not me. So I think that's where our disconnect happened. One time after that, I went out with them. The guy was like, he played the guitar in some kind of like band, and he was playing at he had some kind of show. So I went with them to the show, and he was like introducing everyone as like we were his girlfriends and things like that. It was very interesting, very, very interesting. I don't think that that lifestyle is for me. I don't think that's something that I could do like fully and long term. But I found it very interesting. And again, I feel like when you're young, if you have interest in something, you should indulge your interest and get the information and figure out if it's something that you really want to do, or if it's something that you really like, because you won't know otherwise. And I feel like that's how you get older, and you're like, man, I really always wanted to know about A, B, C, and D, and I never looked into it, or I never gave myself the opportunity to do it, or whatever. And that's when you start like regretting things or wanting to do these things when you get older. You know, if I have an interest in something, I'm gonna indulge myself and get the answers that I want, figure out if it's something that I want to indulge, figure out whatever I want, you know what I mean? Anyway, it was really interesting. If you guys are into like fetish stuff, I'm not gonna go too much into it, because it goes way into left field, and I don't know if it's something that you guys are ready to discuss. But if you're into like fetish stuff and things like that, you can check out the website FetLife. It was very helpful in my search for fetish answers. Anything that you're into, you'll find it on there. You'll find other people who have the same interest as you, so you can find it on there. I'll put the link down below if you're interested. I'm gonna have to make this video like 18 and over approved, because I don't want anyone finding that website if you're not. But yeah, it was very interesting, and I wanted to share with you because it's something that I feel like a lot of people have not experienced. So yeah, and that's really it. I want to make my video more personal and more talking, as opposed to just like beauty videos, because I feel like that's not really what I want to do, and I feel like that's why I lag off for so long, because I'm not inspired to do those kind of videos when I could just do what I really want, and hopefully you guys enjoy those videos just as much. I think that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.